Well, hello everyone. I'm gonna make another video about the progress I've gotten so far on this Jeep. I did a lot yesterday. Pulled the front end off, essentially the fenders, the grill, radiator. Pulled the head, the carburetor, all that off. The top of the engine. As you can see, that cylinder wall, other than having a little bit of crud in there that I knocked in, that cylinder is okay. That one is rusty. That one's rusty. And that one back there is okay, actually. It's just a little hard to see. And there's some rust in there. Down here in the valve train, well, your exhaust valves, everything in there looks just fine. So what I'm probably going to do is, well, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you my plans with this Jeep. The motor aside, okay? The motor's going to be an issue, but I'll take care of that. The person that I got it from said he got it from somebody else, of course, and they butchered this thing up. This was I'd say a 95% complete M38A1. The only thing is really missing that's going to be not really a challenge to find, but expensive, are the wheels. Those are wheels off of a M151 Mutt, like sitting right over there. So those are going to be the most expensive thing to find, and of course, putting tires on it as well. But going through this thing yesterday, the wiring is so butchered up on here. I'm gonna have to put a new wiring harness on here. I can't fix what's there. It would be more time consuming. It wouldn't be as expensive, but it'd be more time consuming to fix the wiring that's on here than it would be just to put another wiring harness in. Because essentially I'd have to build another wiring harness, and I'm not doing that. So yesterday I pulled the fuel tank out. This has already been refiberglassed. There wasn't a whole lot of rust holes in there. I mean, this was a rust hole, but yeah, that is what it is. Yeah, there's drains there. Yeah, I got the instrument cluster pulled out. The headlight switch was already pulled out, which it might actually, yeah, it's still down there on the floor. It's still connected to the wiring harness. And that was sitting in the fender. That was just sitting there. That's really about as far as I've gotten. I am going to do a quote-unquote frame-up restoration on this. So I am working on taking the body off, because it's just going to be easier pulling the motor out. I know I'm going to pull the motor out to rebuild it. I'm going to see if I can just hone out the cylinders, because my theory on this is this Jeep was parked with the carburetor was loose. The carburetor was loose, and the intake hose that goes into the carburetor for your air filter, that hose was probably not there for the longest time. And I mean, I'll show you right here. This looks like a pretty brand new hose. It's got a little bit of crud on it, like dirt daubers and stuff like that, but that hose looks pretty brand new. So this thing did not sit outside for a long time. It sat outside for a good bit of time, but not a long period of time. Just because underneath there, that was replaced, but repaired. But that there, and of course the side right here, those were the only major rust spots on these Jeeps. And that over there, where your fuel tank is, and this right here, that is always on every single M38A1 I've seen that has not been restored. Those are always rotted out, and a lot of times in here as well. I mean, the battery box right there, or the battery trays, are kind of eaten away a little bit, but that's about it. I've had, now this is number 5 that, well, between me and my father, that we've had. And honestly, for one that's not restored, This one, body wise, is, or you know, overall is the most complete. Now I had one that was quote unquote restored, meaning it had good paint and tires on it. It never ran when I had it, and I got rid of it before I could get it to run. And I wish I still had it. But anyways, this one is going to be one I keep, and that's really about it. Like I said, I'm going to pull the body off. I'm working on that. I got to work on getting the steering down there. Sorry about the glare on there, but yeah, whatever. Getting that loose. So either taking the steering arm off here, or worse goes worse, take it off back there, and then pulling the steering column out, because I also need to work on getting this off. And normally there's supposed to be a nut right here. Well, there's no nut there. So I'm gonna have to work on heat. I'm gonna heat this up. Need to soak it some more in PB Blaster, which actually just need to get in there and soak it. Let's see. I'll soak the others later. So, but yeah. And PB Blaster. This big can was almost full when I started this project, essentially 2 days ago. And this big can is about empty. So I've got another big can around here as well. But yeah, the wiring harness underneath is just completely butchered up. About halfway down. Yeah, about halfway down the vehicle. Seems like about right here. They used household electrical connectors. You know, the twist nuts. They use those in order to put the wiring harness together. And that just don't work. You know, that's one of the dumbest ways I've ever seen things done. So I need to go back and, you know, once I pull the body off, I'm gonna pull the wiring harness out and just replace it. Then I'll also go ahead and do the brake lines, do the exhaust, because the exhaust is not correct either. And one dead giveaway is right there. Yeah. The exhaust is not supposed to be right there. It's supposed to have a side exit that comes right here. Then you'd have a fording pipe that comes up here. Then of course we've got this hitch I need to take off as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of Bondo and crap back here I'm gonna have to fix. I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna take most of this off and leave it bare metal. I mean, I don't really care if it's got dents back here. I mean, it's a Jeep. It's an old Jeep. It's not gonna be a show quality vehicle. So, but go back, you know, go through, get rid of a bunch of this stuff, like, you know, that here. Yeah, that's just peeling. Whoever did this just did not do a good job of doing Bondo, just because it's peeling and flaking like crazy. So, but it's going to take quite a bit of work. We've got a sandblaster right there that I actually got yesterday. But yeah, so I'm going to pull the body off hopefully the next few days. I'm just letting everything soak in PB Blaster, so it's not as much of a monster to get it off. Also, something that I found is if you have rusty bolts, what you can do is, you know, you start backing it out. Now, granted, if it doesn't break, if it's trying to work itself free, you back it out a little bit, tighten it up, back it out, and you just keep working it back and forth, and it'll eventually work its way out. I got lucky on most of these for this filler neck. The piece that goes around it, only bolt I broke off was this one, and I mean, it almost came out, but I got a little too carried away with it. But the other ones, and they were caked with rust, other ones came out, so I'm gonna have to drill that or something. But yeah, once I pull the body off, then I will get in there, replace everything. I'm gonna sandblast the frame because, I mean, you look, yeah, this thing's raw. It's absolutely repairable by all means. The frame is perfect. The body is perfect. The only thing, well, really, I should say, the cross members under the body are perfect, except for I think there's one, like right here, and same on the other side, that's rusted. Yeah, it's got some holes in it. And I may do something with that. I may not. I'm definitely going to clean it up, of course. Keep it from rusting more. But yeah, that's really about it. Overall, this Jeep is in not that horrible of shape. Of course, I'm going to get rid of the tow bar and this ugly front bumper that they put on, and somehow cut through those ugly welds. I mean, that's going to be fun. But cut all that stuff off. I'm at least going to take this tow bar off first. But my impacts won't even get those bolts off. Which actually, I need to go ahead and soak those in PB Blaster because that tow bar is right in the way. Then of course, you spray there and spray there. But yeah, y'all get the picture. So I'm not gonna do videos about me fixing it. Like, I'm not gonna show like me working on it as I record, just because I'm an idiot and I don't feel like doing that. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I will do videos updating on the progress that I've done on this. So y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to y'all later.